G'day everyone, Envy here, and we're back with some more MTG Arena. Today we are playing 100 card Brawl. We're playing Calix, Destiny's Hand, from Theros Beyond Death. Calix is an interesting planeswalker since he doesn't really get much backstory unless you read the novel, which is not that great. But essentially, this guy follows the god Clothis, who is the god of destiny, so he stops things from doing things. He's interesting like that. But nothing about his lore, about his ability. So this guy is an enchantment planeswalker. For his first ability, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library and pick an enchantment and put in your hand. You can exile a creature enchantment you don't control, and you basically attach it to another enchantment while it's on the battlefield, which is pretty cool. And his 7, he can return all enchantments from your graveyard to the battlefield. Since we are running all enchantments, we can do a lot of cool stuff with that. But essentially, the game plan of the deck is to get a... There is a bunch of cards we have here that make tokens. Let me see if I can find them all. We have Zendika's Royal, we have Hondens of Life's Web, we have Sigil of the Empty Throne, Divine Visitation, where there's another one, we got Felidar Retreat, and we got Anointed Procession to help all those ones make more tokens. So we have a lot of cool stuff for tokens, and then we basically hide behind Calix. Calix keeps finding us more enchantments and a bunch of draw power to keep us in the deck. So let's go through the pros of the deck. The pros of the deck is enchantments are harder to remove than creatures. If you're versing in black, you're going to have a great day because black doesn't really have much enchantment removal, which means they're not going to be able to do much against you, and they can't just keep every time they board wipe your tokens. You just make more tokens. If you're going against white or green, you'll have a bit of a harder time since they can destroy your enchantments quickly. But you shouldn't have too much trouble. Unless you're going against an aggro deck, if you have a pretty decent hand, you can win most games with this deck. So let's go through the cards. I will go through most of the cards here because some of them are a bit more niche than others, and maybe you might have seen some of them before. But I will tell you they're pretty interesting and why I've chosen each card. So on the 1-drop, it's got Ajani's Welcome. Whenever creatures enter our battlefield, we gain life. We are getting a lot of creatures, so I want to gain some life. A lesser life bounty protects enchantments or creatures, plus its enchantment itself, and that will come into play when I get to the 3-drops. Authority Consuls, great enchantment. 1 mana, it slows your opponent down, gains you life. Legion's Landing, 1 mana enchantment. That also makes a token, and we can use it later when we got a ton of mana to make more tokens. Paladin Class is pretty solid. For a 1-drop, it stops opponents. It makes it harder for people to play counter spells just a little bit early on. Plus, for 3 mana, we can make our creatures perpetually bigger, which is always good. And if you get to the level 3, you can have some real fun. Sanctum and Tranquil Light. We are playing 2 of the Sanctums and the 2 other shrines. We're playing Tranquil Light. We're playing Fruitful Harvest. We're playing... where is it? It's Cleansing Fire and Life's Web. So there are 4 Sanctums 4 shrines in the deck. 2 white, 2 green. So that means we can do some pretty interesting stuff with it. They're pretty solid cards. Alright, we've got Dawn of Hope to allow us to draw life, gain life, draw cards every time we gain life, which we do a lot. Disenchant gets rid of artifacts or enchantments. Glass Castle gets rid of small creatures. Intangible Virtue gives all our creature tokens +1/+1 and Vigilance till the end of turn. That all the time perpetually, which is really good since all our creatures essentially are just tokens. Nyx's Slam is an enchantment that gives us life. Pacifism, you know what it does. Starfield Mystic makes our enchantments cheaper. A very nice card. Birth of Meletis searches lands. Destiny Spinner stops things from being countered. Nessian Wanderer allows us to find more lands on the thing, which is really good. Ranger Class, still a solid enchantment from Forgotten Realms. It allows us to make our creatures bigger, and it gives us a token, which is pretty solid. Wolfwillow Haven is a bit of a ramp card, allowing us to get a bit more green mana. A lot of our cards are very expensive in the deck, but we do have a lot of ways of getting mana up or doubling our mana, so it's not too bad to find things. You find a Cursed Idol is really good because it gets rid of artifacts or enchantments for just 2 mana. However, it is a sorcery, so you have to do it on your turn, which is a little bit less great. But the mana cost and the versatility more than makes up for that. Search for Greatness can be good if you get it down early. If not, it's a great way to scry in the late game. Arcane Signet for ramp, Cold Steel Heart for ramp, Mindstone for ramp, and Heliod's Intervention, I'll stick over here, gets rid of opponents' artifacts or enchantments, which is really good. This is our way of countering our own deck, which is super fun. I versed against a Tezzeret Master of the Bridge deck with this, and I X for 15 or something, and I just knock out all of his enchantments. His artifacts. That was really fun. Alright, so 3 drops. We've got Banishing Light for removal, Heliod because we can gain life and he's indestructible, and we have a lot of white mana, and since our enchantments are permanents, we can get a lot of devotion and keep him up as an indestructible blocker every turn. Really great. Idyllic Tutor is perfect, allows us to find any enchantment. Prison Realm, again, same as Banishing Light. Glorious Anthem, creatures get a bit of a bonus, still pretty good. Branching Evolution, whenever we put counters on things, we get twice as many. There are some counter stuff in the deck. We'll put counters on things, and I'll get to that in a moment, but Branching Evolution is a very solid card to have in the deck. Cultivate, Ramps, Dryad, more lands. Every lands, Enchanter's Presence, is one of the greatest cards in existence, and I'm super glad that when the new set comes out for the Jumpstart, there is another, I think a 2-drop one that does the exact same thing. It's going to be so... I mean, I wanted to play this deck when the new set came out for Forgotten Jumpstart, but they pushed it back, so we're playing a subpar version of the deck, but when when that enchantment card comes out, we're going to have so much fun. Gift of Paradise for Ram, Sanctum for Ram, Cestian Champion, because, Constellation, drawing cards, Battle for Bredeguard, tokens. Satyr, same as Enchantress Presence, only as a creature, not as good because it can die easier. Chromatic Lantern, just mana fixes us, plus ramp. Alright, now we're going to the more fun stuff. Anointed Procession doubles our tokens, very important. Felidar Retreat makes tokens. It also gives counters, which comes into play with Branching Evolution. Honden Cleansing Fire does life for shrines. Ixalan's Binding gets rid of something. Archon makes more tokens. Jade Judgment blows everything up. Shattered Sky blows everything up. Again, our creatures come back every turn. So if we lose them, it's not as bad as our opponent losing ones. Especially of the Endless Web is an enchantment. Plus, it punishes opponents for playing instant sorceries if they don't kill it. We go Jarny of the Grey-Hearted. Creatures you control have Vigilance, which is great for when we want to go on the offensive. We can swing and defend, which is always nice. Plus, gaining life is pretty solid. And Cosmos Elixir keeps us in the game. We can gain a lot of life, which means it just draws us lots of cards. Now, in a standard game of 60 cards, we're worried about losing cards because we don't want to deck ourselves out, but we have ways of returning enchantments back to the battlefield, i.e. Calix and Triumphant Reckoning, so it doesn't matter. Cathars Crusade is such an amazing card. So whenever creature in the battlefield, each creature gets a +1/+1 counter on it. Now, this gets really crazy. If you've got Anointed Procession, Honden a Life's Web, and say a Felidar Retreat, and you're putting lands down, making a bunch of tokens, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's nothing your opponent can do. It's just too crazy at that point. Divine Visitation, whenever you make tokens, make angels instead, there is a total improvement. We've got Doomscar for blowing things up. We've got Sigil the Empty Throne for, every time you make enchantment, you make more angels. Cavalier of Dawn blows stuff up, returns artifact or enchantments. Honden Life's Web makes a bunch of spirits. Zendika's Royal works the same way as Felidar Retreat, only it makes a bunch of elementals, which is good. And then we have one of my favorite cards for Selesnya is Miriani's Wake. Creatures get a bonus, plus you can double your mana. Amazing. Okay, for the last ones, we've got Ugin the F-Bull, because why not? He's just a good card. Nyxbloom Ancient can just brutally win you the game if you can get him down, because it just makes every mana tap for 3. That means this one taps for 2, every mana taps for 6, which is pretty solid. Overwhelming Splendor is possibly the best card in the deck. Let me explain why. This is a mythic rare. If you don't have this, I'd suggest crafting one just for Brawl, because it is really good. So creatures, you enchant your opponent, all their creatures lose all their abilities and become a 1/1. And they can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities, which basically neuters all their creatures. Against a creature deck, this just kills them. They have nothing. If they can't get rid of Overwhelming Splendor, their creatures mean nothing. So it's just beautiful. Ugin the Spirit Dragon is good. However, he's good in situations when we're on the defensive, because you can exile everything. But since all our things are permanents, we exile those as well, which kind of sucks. So be careful how you play him. Triumphant Reckoning returns all our artifacts, planeswalkers, and enchantments back to the battlefield, which is pretty much every single card in our deck, which is great. And Heliod Mention gets rid of stuff. For the lands, we are running 37 lands in the deck. Pretty much every single one of the green and white lands, plus some plains and forests. So I'll just go through them. We've got 1 Castle Armor, Cave of the Frost Dragon, 11 Plains, Thriving Hearth, 10 Forests, Lair of the Hydra, Thriving Grove, Blossoming Sands, Branchcloth Pathway, Sunpetal Grove, Temple Garden, Temple of Plenty, Command Tower, Crawling Barrens, Fabled Passage, Field of the Dead, Radiant Fountain, Reliquary Tower, and that is it for 37 lands. And that is the deck. It's a lot of fun. It's really are fun. They're probably one of my most favorite. Not the most powerful. I think there's more powerful ones which I'm going to go through in the next couple of weeks. But this is a fun one if you've got the cards for it. But anyway, enough talk. That was almost 10 minutes of explanation. But you know what? I need to explain why I had the cards. So let's go jump into a couple of games and see how we do with the Calix 100 card Brawl deck. Let's get going. Alright, free mulligan for this one. This is... yeah, it's a bit better. I like this one. Alright, so we got enough to get 3 lands. Let's start with here, and let's make this a green. Ajani's Welcome could be useful, but not right now. I like to benefit that when I get to the point where I need it. So let's start with... Plains. And we'll go Mindstone. Get where I want to be first. Ah, I see. This is going to be one of these ones. That's going to hurt us a lot. Yeah, it's going to hurt. But... Changeless Presence. And Ajani's Welcome. More cards for me. Now, if I'm right, we should be able to go Rangers class soon. But I might just go take away Morning Light Priest because I don't like him. Yeah, it's not fun. Alright, let's see. If I go Calix, I can go and take away Light Priest. But I think the best place to go would be to start drawing cards. Some more life. Let's go with the Branch Loft Pathway. Let's go Intangible Virtue. Perfect. This is good. That's not enough to destroy that. Let's go Vigilance as well. Good luck trying to get past him. Yeah, well, let's go take out the Blight Priest. That can go away. Draw more cards is all good. Can I protect him? I can. So we'll go here. Go you. I'm going to exile Gifted Aetherborn and we'll stick it on Ajani's Welcome, since it's not really worth taking out most times. This is white or green, max hand size, Nyx, Fleece Ram. Come on up. More life. Very good. Ooh, Arcane Signet's probably gone. Alright, well, Battle for Predator was probably a bad choice for him to choose, but, you know, whatever, I don't choose people to do silly things. Great thing about black is there's not a lot of what all we need to do is find something that gets us life, and I think I'll just search for the shrine that gives us 2 life every turn, because if he can't, then we are going to keep going. Oh, it's Dreadhoard General. That's fine. We can go pop him in the face. Ooh, hopefully. Could create a zombie. Alright, let's see. If I do this, this gives me 4 mana. You know what? Let's see what we can find first. Felidar Retreat's alright. I can live with that. Alright, let's Agility Tutor, find me something that can get rid of that thing for a little bit. We can hold him for a little bit, like, say... what would work for me? Branch of Illusion, no. I think Prison Realm is probably the best choice. Let's go Prison Realm. Let's take Liliana away. Bye, Liliana. I don't really want to land on top. Not really that helpful for me. And can't really do anything, so let's just put the Cave of the Frost Dragon down and no attacks. We probably are going to lose Calix next turn, but it did slow him down a few turns. So we can get Archon out, hopefully. Well, if we get Felidar Retreat out, we can start making tokens. This should be good. And they should get bigger and bigger, and eventually he won't be able to stop us. That's the hope, at least. Rankle? Oh dear. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, we'll just block this guy.
Will not be how my story ends.
What are you gonna do? Make me discard a card? Each player sacrifice a creature. Probably make me sacrifice my next Ixalan. And he'll sacrifice his token. No, he didn't. Interesting. Oh, he gave me a card. A free card? How nice of you. Alright, how many mana have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I play Sunpetal Grove, I don't want to do that yet. So I need to go... Let's play Archon. More life. Let's play the Sunpetal Grove. Felidar Retreat. This set just sets us up for later. Alright, that gives us a bit more stuff to work with. I like these lands. These are the sacrifice lands, I'm pretty sure. Beautiful. Alright, Liliana, let's probably make me discard 2 cards. Sacrifice 2 creatures. Yeah, well, I lose my guys. And there's Rankle. It's kind of frustrating. He's got a full hand again. That's nice, isn't it? Well, at least Enchantments Presence is still up here to help me out. And I can just go Frost Dragon and punch him in the face again, so I might do that. But Rankle is really grinding my gears at the moment. So... let's go Calix. Let's go take away Rankle. And we'll stick Rankle on Intangible Virtue. We'll go the Arcane Signet. And we'll play the Temple Grove. And get us a Beastie Boy who can help us out. Cavalier will take out Liliana next turn. It's an enchantment. Well, it's not an enchantment, but I can return off an enchantment in my hand, which is Decklist Ram. Create a zombie. Fine. Go for it. Wait till my Zendika's Royal comes out. We're going to have so much fun. Cool. That was a terrifying face you made. Menace. Ugh. Well, that's awfully annoying, isn't it? Just popping my guys over and over again. All we do is just keep getting some life and we should be alright. Just pushing as fast as he can. Alright, well, let's go look for something to grab. Birth of Meletis looks like it could be an alright one. Alright, so if we go with Cavalier and we blow up Noxious Gearhulk. Can I do both? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do both. So first, I gotta go Zendika's Royal. Then we play the Plains, and we get some more creatures. Beast. Then we'll play Cavalier of Dawn. And we're gonna go take out the Noxious Gearhulk. That can go away. More life. Yeah, you draw a card, that's fine, whatever. We got some blockers up though, so as long as we keep our life total high, we can keep grinding him out. I don't think he's got removal for our enchantments. If we can keep putting more tokens down, we can hold our position as long as we can, but I definitely think we have to go kill Liliana again, stop him from getting it up. At least this will get me another land. Like, he has enough now to go hit Calix. Alright, so he's going zombie. I can just make the Cave of the Frost Dragon and punch Liliana in the face. Oh, but they've just made me sacrifice stuff again. Oh. Ouch. It's going for me. Alright. Well, what can I stop? Let's do that one there. And this one here. So. No, Scavenger. Very nice, man. You're doing a good job. You should be very proud of yourself. Find me something good. Ixalan's Binding.
Look skyward and receive the gifts of the gods.
Alright, Dryad. Birth of Meletis. Go make me some stuff. More lands. Come on, let's keep ourselves in the game a little bit longer. Plains. Yeah, give me a token. Let's go another land. Yes. Outgrind him. Alright, let's see. Ooh, I'm going to keep this hand. Now, it may not be the greatest one in the world, but it does have draw power and a Heliod early on, so I can't go wrong with that. I might just find the white land as well. I don't. Unfortunate. This is going to just go for white. So at least we can get Satyr Enchanter out next turn. Maybe he won't die? Oh, it's 8. Alright, well, Satyr Enchanter, go on down. Forest. We can Glass Casket him next turn. Get rid of him. That's an angel. That's an angel. Alright, let's go here. let's play Pacifism on Renegade Reaper. And Glass Casket on the Bishop of Wings. And how much to say, you cannot attack or block. Good, let's swing for 2 damage. Just gonna make sure that's what it says. You don't want to be like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Angel. Is he just playing an Angel deck? He is playing Angels. Well, that's fun. Hexproof. Oof. Hexproof from Planeswalkers. Huh. Huh. Alright, well, Dryad, come on down. Let's go with the Forest. Let's go with Heliod. Let's go Temple of Plenty. Another Forest. I can live with that. No attacks. He does have to get Calix out. Oh, he's gonna get Renegade Reaper. That's pretty good. Alright. Here's our plan. Calix, you're up. Can't get rid of him because he's got that thing. Sanctum Tranquil Light. I guess it's a card. Nice. Forest, plains. Let's tick ourselves up. Alright, so he can't kill both of us, so let's go with these two and swing. Let's put the counter on Dryad. Now they'll swing and kill Calix, which gives us a bit of respite. We just need to get some sweepers in here. Removal sweepers. Bye, Calix. Put him back at the top. I have to go Calix, unfortunately. He's the only one who keeps me around for long enough to do something. Overwhelming Splendor. Now that is a nice card. Could tap him out. Which would be good. Gains lifelink to end a turn. I could just tap one of them out, which I might do. But I might as well go with Heliod and swing at him. I mean, he either does it or he doesn't, you know. You know what? It's fine. Just go with this. Oh, Cathars Crusade. That is a good card. Alright, well, if we're lucky, we get Overwhelming Splendor down, which we have enough mana for. And that will knock all his guys down a peg. Down a few pegs, actually. And without a enchantment removal in hand, he's going to be out of order pretty quick. So, okay, so he's going for him, he's going for him. So he's going to gain a bunch of life. Yeah, bye, man. You did a good job. You did your best, dude. Don't worry. It's all okay. We got this. Yeah, I'll sacrifice this thing. Sacrifice my token. Wow, Zendika's Royal as well. Dang, that's a pretty impressive one. Alright, Overwhelming Splendor, hit him in the face with it. Since now he doesn't really have any chance of doing anything good. Let's go Forest. Combat. You. Swinging him again. Since none of them can fly anymore, they don't do much, do they? Good. Hit him in the face. Bang. So if we can play both these guys next turn, then we should be in a really good spot. We can start making lots of tokens, and all our stuff will get bigger and bigger. And yeah. Okay, well I don't cast anything during their turn, so it's alright. Unless he ticks it up and make his creatures bigger. I guess. Swan Angel doesn't do anything, because none of them have abilities, you know? Alright. I expect this is where he is going to scoop badly. So let's go Zendika's Royal. There's a reason why we're doing this. Can I play this one? Yep. Let's go with our boy here. Let's go Nessian Wanderer. And he scoops. There you go. I'll tell you that Overwhelming Splendor pays for itself so many times over. It just does. Hey everybody, welcome back. So that was two really good games where we actually got a substantial use of the deck. We got the two ways we win the game is by grinding our opponent out and by controlling the board with our enchantments. In the first game we versed Liliana, who kept putting the pressure on us by killing our creatures, sacrificing our stuff, and burning us our life away. But through perseverance of continuing to put down more tokens and more enchantments, which he could not deal with because he was playing black, and black does not like enchantments, we're able to outgrind him and win the game. And our second game against the Angel player, putting down Overwhelming Splendor just neuses a creature deck. Like I said in the beginning, it just completely cuts them off. They couldn't do anything, they lost their life link, and it was just a slow grind until we would have won. With Cathars Crusade and Zendika's Royal in the deck, just in that game, we were going to win in the next few turns anyway, because there was really nothing they could do about that sort of push. Anyway, that is the deck for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I like Calix. I think he's a great Brawl commander. He's not great so much in historical standard, but he is a pretty good card in Brawl. He makes a really interesting deck that's a lot of fun. A bit slower than other decks, not as fast as some, and does have its downsides. If you're going against a very wide creature deck and you don't get a really good hand and you don't pull out any of your board wipes, you are going to have a bad time and will possibly lose. Also, unless we start off with a Destiny Spinner in our opening hand and put it down turn 2, a counter deck or a control deck is just going to crush your spirit. But, you know, that is the nature of Magic. It is just a numbers game and it's built to have fun. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and tell me what you liked about it in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, maybe even consider subscribing to keep up to date with new decks. I do put out a new video every second day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now, everybody.